Okay, hopefully I am live. We shall see. We have a little bit of a delay here, and it looks like I am finally. Wow, this is the first time that I have gone live, and everything worked like it was supposed to. I think I'm just getting a little bit better at. Okay, hopefully I am live. Dealing with this, we shall see, and figuring out what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to be doing. I have no plan whatsoever for this stream. I have talked about the bite cult model. Is that no? And how it fits Autism Speaks. Um, but for fun, I don't know. Let's just look online. But Autism Speaks. Okay, now we're gonna try to more news, maybe. Now I have been wanting to follow the news here for Autism Speaks and find the more recent stuff. Yeah, by recent. And so this is supposed to be by most recent. Um, I've been over this JD. Oh, what's his? Okay, no, this is from ASAN. Autistic Self Advocacy Network. Here on the and basically in the news, the Autism Self Advocacy Network here is giving their breakdown on, and this is a one page as brief as possible breakdown on why they do not appreciate Autism Speaks. Let's put it this way. And this is their publication as the Autistic Self Advocacy Network. So it's not necessarily the opinion of the individuals, but it is of the organization. Um, so let's just talk about this real quick. Very little money donated to Autism Speaks. The reason we're doing this to start out with, I'm doing 100 hours of reasons that you should not um, support Autism Speaks. And that's where we're going to be getting into like this give.org where the Better Business Bureau supports Autism Speaks, where Open Secrets talks about lobbying and so forth, and money that's being contributed in the name of Autism Speaks going directly almost, this is $132,000. Okay, excuse me. And this whole um, committee is dedicated to ensuring that Republicans are elected as members of the House of Representatives. So this money, it is given by individuals, and it does say this. The organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, or owners, and those individuals' immediate family members. So people very close to Autism Speaks donated all this money, this $370,000 in lobbying and so forth, but only $1,300 went to this Democratic group here, this Democrat group. $132,000 went to um, the National Republican Congressional Committee, and I will copy that because I know there is a page here, and it will tell us all about them because we have been down this. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, I do not know what's going on. I don't know why my Google is not wanting to work. I have no idea. Ooh, this is so not cool. Okay. Um, what the heck was it I was trying to... I totally lost what I was looking for. Oh, National Republican Committee. Paste. Okay, here it is. And when you get through their website, the first thing that comes up about the National Republican Congressional Committee is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. That's what this is about. So Autism Speaks, when we go, this is opensecrets.org, that is telling us that when it comes to the caucuses and all this stuff and the lobbying and the contributions and stuff, this tracks money given to politicians. And Autism Speaks pops up here. $134,000 in contributions directly to the party and or politicians here. $370,000 in lobbying. Now, this is very specific. The organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, or owners, and those individual immediate family members. So this is people who are very, very close to Autism Speaks, to like the CEO or whatever, the executive staff of Autism Speaks, like their husbands, like personally giving $10,000 or whatever to the National Republican Congressional Committee, whose sole existence is to get Republicans elected in the House of Representatives. That money is being donated in Autism Speaks names. Now, they can't give directly, so these people give in the name of Autism Speaks. Now, note that all these people live very, very close to Autism Speaks. So this is how favors get done in politics. This is how favors get done. Here we have some little teeny tiny contributions or whatever. So it looks like they mostly give to Democrats. See all this blue? They mostly give to Democrats, but in actuality, $132,000 out of this 134 goes to directly to a committee designed to make sure that Republicans are elected in the House of Representatives. How does this even work? Okay, so before you consider the facts, this is ASAN, the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. I do not know these people. As far as I know, they've got a good reputation. Um, they evidently have a presence on Twitter, Facebook. I have to log into Facebook. No, I don't want to. No. Okay, less than one third. This is what the Autistic Self Advocacy Network, their qualms in a one-page, I guess, report or whatever, one-page statement here. I guess their main problems with Autism Speaks, all condensed into one page. Less than one third of 1% of Autism Speaks budget goes towards the family service grants that are the organization's means of funding services. Autism Speaks spends more than 50 times that much on fundraising. See, a lot of money is spent on fundraising because these guys have nope, that's not it. They have outrageous incomes into the millions of dollars, these people. Here in 2021, the CEO got $617,000. That was just her pay. And that wasn't her expense account. This is probably some of the other bonuses and so forth that she got here, another 33,000. These people are getting lots and lots of money. Particularly the executive staff. They're making the big bucks here. And when you consider, like, this says total assets was 48 million, the net 41 million, and basically what went to autistic people traditionally has been about $400,000. that goes directly to autistic people. That is. So today, what I want to talk about open secrets. Oh, okay. We got to go to the Autism Speaks website itself to go down this rabbit hole. Okay, go down to the bottom of the page. Is everybody with me? Go down to the very bottom of the page. This is the Autism Speaks, the main page of Autism Speaks. They have these bots saying that people donated money, which are so freaking annoying. Look at this. Better Business Bureau accredited charity. According to give.org, Autism Speaks and it is a accredited charity from according to the Better Business Bureau. Now, where do we have something? Why? So when you go through all these things here, by the books, if you go on the records, as far as record keeping and so forth, they check off all these things for a credible charity. This is where we've got it is here, and this talks about complaints, and now this usually means how they deal with complaints and so forth. But in here, in this, this is a category. Remember, the standards for accountability is complaints, and so privacy violations and other issues. The fact that the autistic community in general hates Autism Speaks, the fact that there's been so much controversy with Autism Speaks, I don't see any way that it is possible. I mean, people have gone so far as to call it a terrorist organization. I openly call Autism Speaks a cult, according to the Bite model of authoritarian control, and I've actually shown that. I've proven that. And the Bite model of authoritarian control. We can go on that on with that later on in the program. So this is where we have it: is complaints and other issues. If we take a stand as autistic people, as an autistic community, and tell the Better Business Bureau, tell Charity Navigator, tell there's another one. Let's see. Okay, this is the same thing. This give.org, a different page. Open Secrets, Charity Navigator. Close this Open Secrets. I'm trying to catch back up to where it was. Oh, this is another. Okay, this is their finances. I've looked at this a bunch of times. I've been wanting to look into their finances a little bit more. But anyway, so yes, according to the Better Business Bureau, and also what is it, Charity Navigator, which right here, they've got a 4-star, 100% rating. And so they've got it with the Better Business Bureau here. Where is it? Right here. Better Business Bureau, Charity Navigator, and what was the other? Oh, LinkedIn. LINK LinkedIn. Autism Speaks. Now watch this magic happen. This is LinkedIn. You can do this yourself. You can go to LinkedIn and Autism Speaks. This is what they say about it. Autism Speaks is dedicated to promoting solutions across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan for the needs of autism with, they're using this Autism Speaks jargon here, with autism and their families. Our vision is a world where all people with autism can reach their full potential, because we can't. Okay, I don't know how recent this is. I don't recognize any of these names. I do not. This is LinkedIn. Autism Speaks. Okay, it wants me to sign in, and I'm not gonna. This is like a bum account anyway. It's like not real. Um, and I'm not making signing in and doing the whole thing for this. But I don't recognize any of these people, so I don't know how old this page is. Let's see if it gives us in the comments, maybe. Sometimes they tell you 5 days ago. Okay. I'm trying to see if this says anything about Autism Speaks. No. Autism research. That's a scary one when you start seeing that. Okay, I don't know how I got down this rabbit hole, but this is LinkedIn, and this is how they characterize Autism Speaks. Okay, um, as now Autism Speaks might have written this, and they're just showing what Autism Speaks put here and everything else. The problem is it's still through LinkedIn. People are getting a bum steer now, and not towards an organization that they think they are. And when LinkedIn it gives this kind of thing about us, and that, like I said, this is probably Autism speaking, but is dedicated to promoting solutions across the spectrum throughout the lifespan for the needs of individuals with autism and their families. Our vision is a world where all people with autism, because it's a disease, it's something that we caught, um, can reach their full potential because we can't evidently we can't we have potential issues. Is that what they're saying? Because we're autistic, we have potential issues. I've seen this very consistently with Autism Speaks. I think this is Autism Speaks writings. View all 578 employees. Now, I was just looking at something. It was one of these information sites, kind of like what I'm looking at now, and it said they had 216 last year. And with LinkedIn, this could be all people that ever registered with LinkedIn. Um, See, this says 201 to 500. Uh, and this is not current. I know this for sure because the I've been talking to the staff of Autism Speaks because they started sending me emails. So, but we can find out. We can find out about us. Maybe they'll start telling our leadership. Here we go. Keith Wargo. Okay, this is the person who sent me. That is like such a freaking English looking, like James Bond kind of photograph there. Like you would expect from a Scotland or something. What is it about this whole look here? This strikes me as like Brit. I don't know. Anyway, he personally sent me an email asking how he could help, and did mention my son Cade, who committed suicide this last October. He did mention my son specifically asked me how he could help autistic people. I did not respond to him directly via email, but rather on TikTok. And I said, go to the autistic community and ask them. But I was very, very disappointed that he had to ask me what the autistic community needed. How is it that someone who is the president and CEO of Autism Speaks does not know what the autistic community needs? To make it worse, according to him in that email, he did share with me that his son is autistic. Um, I can bring that email up if anybody really wants to see that email. Let me know. Icy. Thank you. I appreciate it, Icy Rose. So anyway, so this is how I know. I have not interacted directly with Keith Wargo. I refuse to answer him directly in email. The reason is because I've dealt with the fundamentalist and the cult community and so forth. And when you start going back and forth with people like that, What they do is they misinterpret something you did say and then defend that as if you did say that. And so anything you put down, it's almost like an America can and will be held against you. So that's why I publicly made those videos on that are on my TikTok, um, in response, and that's when Token. I'm gonna get in trouble for calling her Token, and I'm not being mean here. Okay, as I understand it, there's 218 employees. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if I can. And she is autistic. She identifies as autistic. She says her sons are autistic. Um, I have no reason to question her in that. That being said, she is the only autistic person I know that is working for Autism Speaks. Excuse me. And she is executive staff, but this is the hilarious thing here. If you went to the local grocery store, I don't care where you are in the world, and you started basically filtering through the 200 people that walked out of that store, more than likely, if 1% of those, if 1% of us is autistic, you would have two people. Just out of sheer luck, blind ass luck, you're going to have two people that are autistic. Just statistically. At Autism Speaks, they have 216 and one autistic person. So they have less people working out Autism Speaks than you would find in a random group of people in the public, wherever you are in the world. They have actually less people working for Autism Speaks than what you would get from a random sample of people anywhere in the world. I think that is so bizarre. And I'm not saying that they have to have autism. Don't get me wrong, but the organization is called Autism Speaks. Think of this in the BLM movement. Think if it was all white people running the BLM movement, and they had one token black person or African American person, whatever is the least offensive. Because I'm not about being offensive here. So you got one token black person working for Black Lives Matter movement. One. Right? Is that not crazy? And that's what's happening here. You would expect an organization that's called Autism Speaks would have a bunch of autistic people working for it by nature of its being. But they have less than what you could pull from any random sample demographic anywhere in the world. Once per really, I don't know anything about that. About the Special Olympics. That's kind of crazy. I would guess I would qualify. I don't know how you qualify for Special Olympics. Uh, I have understand those. One spokesperson that likes. Oh, that it would be the same. Oh yeah, yeah. Like the spokesperson would be somebody from Autism Speaks, and but not an actually autistic person. And that's the thing. And this is the thing. We do have. I always want to call her Elaine, but it's Eileen. Eileen Lamb here. She's their token autistic person. But if you look at this site, we can go anywhere. Get involved. Advocate. Now let's just look at the language and see who they're talking to and who they're talking about. Advocating for politics programs in support of individuals and families with autism. So we're not including autistic people here. This is not about autistic people. They are not the subject. They are advocating for policies, programs in support of individuals and families with autism, with that disease, autism. See how this language is so weird? They say that they do not consider autism to be a disease, but throughout their site, purposely, they always say with autism as if it is a disease. They always address it as if it is a disease. They never say an autistic or an autistic person, or they never talk about it being a brain type. They never talk about it being a neurotype. They never suggest talking to an autistic person because they are autistic. They never suggest getting into the actually autistic community on Facebook, on TikTok, whatever, and getting to know autistic people. If you want to raise your child and you don't know anything about autism, are you going to go to a bunch of people that aren't autistic, that say they're experts, or people? I'm gonna use myself an example, but not me really. But like for instance, I'm pretty sure my grandmother, she was autistic. She was diagnosed schizophrenic, so and that was in the '60s, so she was probably autistic. My mother was definitely autistic, very autistic. I don't even know how she survived. She was an amazing woman. I'm autistic. My children autistic. I don't know about my grandkids yet, but we're talking at a minimum of 3 generations here. Okay, I do consider, and I'm 50 years old or 53 years old. I'm over half a century years old. So in that respect, I consider myself, just from experience, having been a son, a father, and an autistic person, I have some perspectives that these people that are working office workers that happen to get hired on at Autism Speaks are these executives that happen to get hired on Autism Speaks don't necessarily have. I have personal experience, a half a century of it, and the combined experience of my children, learning from them, and my mother and grandmother, and so forth. So to neglect to mention autistic people as a resource for finding out about autistic people is unacceptable. And Autism Speaks always refers back to Autism Speaks. If you go surf around their the lack of equality, the autivist, the lack of equality representation is always telling in most organizations like this. Oh, absolutely. Um, and I'm going over how I've gone over how it is a cult by the bite model of authoritarian control. Um, but this is what's really crazy. This is what's really crazy and what I want to talk about. Charity Navigator. Let's see. Let's go back to. Oh yeah, it's great. Oh, um, okay. The Better Business Bureau. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start over on this one. Check this out. The Better Business Bureau supports Autism Speaks. It is accredited charity according to the Better Business Bureau because in the office they cover all these things and they got all their I's dotted and the T's crossed, so to speak. It's this department right here, number 20, that they're lacking. And if we act as an autistic community, we all make videos, we all encourage each other, we all do this. I'm hoping for the 1st and 2nd of April that we call the Better Business Bureau and ask them why, with all the controversy behind Autism Speaks, with all the considering that most of the autistic community hates Autism Speaks, there's a lot of us that consider it to be a hate group. Some go further to call it a terrorist group. I don't do that. I do call it a cult because it is, and that's if you look at the cult, but the bite cult model of their authoritarian control. By that model, it is. Um, so we have the Better Business Bureau, but it keeps on getting better. It gets better and better and better as we go here. The Better Business Bureau, Charity Navigator. So what Charity Navigator is, so if you Google and you're like, is this charity legit? This is usually the first website or the most popular website that comes up. And they rate Autism Speaks as a 4-star, 100% charity. Here's what they have. Organization mission, Autism Speaks is dedicated to creating inclusive world for all individuals with autism. Throughout their lifespan, we do this through advocacy, services, supports research, innovation, advances in care for autistic individuals and their families. You see how there's no autistic people aren't included in that, by the way? So if somebody's going, I want to donate to a good charity, and they go through Charity Navigator, Autism Speaks is a 4-star, 100% approved charity. It gets better. LinkedIn. Where's LinkedIn? Um, yeah, watch this. Autism Speaks is dedicated to promoting solutions across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan for the needs of autistic individuals with autism and their families. Our vision is a world of where all people with autism can reach their full potential. Now, I realize this LinkedIn doesn't put what these people put on their website, but by being on LinkedIn, it kind of qualifies this as a legit organization. See that? So this is why on the 1st and 2nd of April, I am encouraging everyone to call the Better Business Bureau. Is that the first one here? Oh, this is a whole different thing from the lobbying. We'll get into that later. The Better Business Bureau, LinkedIn, and Charity Navigator. I think we need to get to all three of these: LinkedIn, Charity Navigator, and the Better Business Bureau on the 1st and 2nd. Call them up and ask them why they are supporting and why they have such favorable reviews for Autism Speaks. I guarantee you they have never gotten an influx of autistic people complaining. If we celebrate, if we have some um, proactive behaviors here. Behaviors. Why I'm not. My word finding's not there. If we are proactive here, and we call the Better Business Bureau, we call LinkedIn, we call this Charity Navigator, and ask them why, and put pressure on them. That could change everything. They may get off of these lists, and if they're not on these lists, that can make a huge difference. I'm talking about the Better Business Bureau here. Oh, I thank you. Oh my goodness, I got a hand heart. Oh, I don't even know what this stuff is. I don't know. Hey, wait. Oh, so you multi guess. I am looking at this. I don't know how to invite people. I don't know how to invite people. So what I'm talking about here is how the Better Business Bureau, right here, LinkedIn, which is right, where is LinkedIn, and Charity Navigator all support Autism Speaks. All give these great accreditations towards Autism Speaks. It meets the Better Business Bureau standards. All we have to do is call the Better Business Bureau, LinkedIn, um, and Charity Navigator on the 1st and 2nd of April. But we have to get the word around. We have to get the word around for people to know to do this by making TikToks, by spreading the word, by putting this on our Reddits or whatever, our pages, Twitters, and all that stuff. Speaking of which, maybe I ought to put it on my Twitter. I would put it. Nobody knows who the hell I am, so it really doesn't matter. But when Autism Speaks has a 4-star, 100% charity by LinkedIn, and then all this wonderful reviews, of course people are going to think they're great and want to donate to them. Of course. Okay, so now let's go to the other bombshell. Autism Speaks. This is Open Secrets, opensecrets.org. Everybody got that, opensecrets.org? Opensecrets.org. Go ahead and open it up on your phone or whatever else. I understand it is a legit site. Um, this site is dedicated to basically tracking the money that is given to candidates, office holders, etc., in United States politics. So this is the contributions given to politicians and lobbying money from the lobbyists. And looky here, Autism Speaks is on their list. We're talking about contributions directly towards Republicans, Democrats, and lobbying and so forth. Now, I'm not going to talk as much about the lobbying money right now. We will get to that. There's all kinds of tabs to open. This is the thing. First of all, we got to understand the pretext for this. Okay, somebody has an autistic cousin like I did. Uh, I don't know if he knows he's autistic. I don't know if he knows I'm autistic. We were both definitely autistic. So I want to help my autistic cousin there. So I don't know anything about autism or anything else. So I hear about Autism Speaks. Boom. I want to donate money to help my autistic cousin. It gets to Autism Speaks, and one way or another ends up in this political lobbying thing. And what happens is, note, the organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, or owners, and those individuals who immediate family members. This is people very, very, very close to Autism Speaks. This is your executive staff, etc., whose family members, say their husband or whatever, all of a sudden donates $20,000. Now, where is this money going? To the Republican National Congressional Committee. Well, what is that? The National Republican Congressional Committee, this is what's scary, is devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. So let me go back here. Let's start at the beginning here all over. Okay, somebody wants to donate to Autism Speaks because they want to help autistic people. In turn, Autism Speaks, this organization, has their CEOs, etc., not necessarily the CEO, but executive staff, family members, etc., donate $130,000 in the name of Autism Speaks. And $132,000 of that goes specifically to this committee that is designed to ensure that Republicans are elected in the House of Representatives. What do you think of that? Is that not crazy? So this money that's going to Autism Speaks that people are donating is going to this organization that is involved, Autism Speaks. This is open secrets. This is where basically lobbying money goes through and contributions, what organizations contribute to what. So Autism Speaks, through their family members, employees, owners, and individuals' immediate family members, are donating directly to the National Republican Congressional Committee, whose job is to put Republicans in the House of Representatives. These people are donating to that in the name of Autism Speaks. So these contributions here. Not to mention the lobbying, this is what gets really weird. The congressional committees. So somebody donates to Autism Speaks. Autism Speaks then has their family members donate these huge sums to the House Intelligence Committee in the stead of Autism Speaks. To the House Committee on Agriculture, to the Armed Service Committee, to the Intelligence Committee. What is going on here? This is Open Secrets. This is Autism Speaks. OpenSecrets.org. OpenSecrets.org. This is where this is. You can find this on Google yourself. Take a look. See what's going on here. And now this is the lobbying money. Now this shows like, dang. 700 in 2009 was over $700,000. 2023, 370. Hmm. I hope this year we go back below 2005. I don't think we will. By any means. Hell, we might go up. I don't think I'm going to make that big difference here. I certainly hope that I make a big difference in what is contributed to Autism Speaks. But yeah, so opensecrets.org. This is really weird where this money is going. And why is so much of this money being donated on behalf of Autism Speaks to get Republicans elected to the House of Representatives? What is going on here? Does anyone have any idea? Okay, so Shane, are you still there? I hope you're still there. Hey, Matt. Oh no, Matt, are you here? I love you, Matt. You know I love you. Yeah, so I found out I'm autistic, Matt. So Shane, what you can do? Okay, it's actually the experiences I've gotten is from dealing with people like Matt Powell here. Matt Powell is a preacher from a can I say kind of fundamentalist, pretty fundamentalist ish church type group, Matt? Is that fair to say? Um, it's very far to one side, I guess you would say religious. Some people might call it extremist. I had very similar beliefs to Matt here. And so that's how I know Matt. Um, so to answer your question, Shane, this is Shane Sorson. Okay, so uh, in April, the first thing that I would recommend is that, like, I've got a tablet here, and this tablet is just going to go on Autism Speaks. I'm going to leave it plugged in, and I'm going to go to the website. I've also got a laptop here that are both going to be on Autism Speaks because I want Autism Speaks to know how much I appreciate them. So the reason why I'm saying this is if their site happens to get kind of overwhelmed with traffic by autistic people just letting them know how much we appreciate them, then people will not be able to donate on that site because it's crashed. I mean, it'd just be a shame if that happened. Same thing with during business hours. If people were trying to telephone in, remember, Autism Awareness Month, April, is the big fundraising month, I'm sure, for Autism Speaks. That's their biggie. So if the phone lines got tied up during business hours and, nobody could get through to make those donations because autistic people are calling Autism Speaks to let us know what we really think about them all month, that will cripple their ability, unfortunately, to raise funds, which would just be a shame. The other thing that I am suggesting here, Shane, is this. Okay, the Better Business Bureau, right here, it is an accredited, Autism Speaks is an accredited charity. With Charity Navigator, it is highly regarded. And with LinkedIn, it is highly regarded. I am suggesting on the 1st and 2nd of April that we as a community go to LinkedIn, to the Better Business Bureau, and Charity Navigator, and let these places know that the autistic community does not support Autism Speaks, and Autism Speaks does not support or represent the autistic community, and that these ratings are outrageous and absurd, considering all the controversy that Autism Speaks has had. So this is Charity Navigator. This is the number one site that people go to. Like when you Google, is a site legit? It's right here, Charity Navigator, and they're giving this 100% 4-star rating. You looked at LinkedIn. Now I understand Autism Speaks is probably who wrote this, but by being on LinkedIn, it gives credibility to Autism Speaks. See that? If it was a mafia organization or something like that, I'm sure LinkedIn wouldn't want them on there, or a hate organization or something like that. And a lot of people do consider Autism Speaks to be a hate organization. So we need to let LinkedIn, Charity Navigator, and worst of all, the Better Business Bureau all know on the 1st and 2nd of April why. We want to know why they are um, accrediting, why the Better Business Bureau says that it meets their standards. And the reason is with the Better Business Bureau, I can answer that. On the books, when on the paperwork, everything is perfect. So it meets those 19 things. Now in complaints, this is to be standard for to be accountability or whatever. Um, these complaints is how quick that like Autism Speaks responds to complaints and so forth. That's primarily what they're talking about. But here at the very end, it says privacy policy violations and or other issues. That's where people go to the Better Business Bureau and complain about said organization. And evidently, en masse, the autistic people have not gotten together and made this a point out on Facebook to do this, to get this done, because the Better Business Bureau is supporting Autism Speaks. They are qualifying Autism Speaks as a great organization. So is LinkedIn. I keep on going. So is LinkedIn. So is Charity Navigator. Now, they may not know what's going on here at all. They may have no idea what's going on. But that's why it's our turn. It's our call. It's our I'm not word finding right now. We have to do this. Nobody else is going to do this for us, okay? It has to be the autistic people because nobody else cares. Yes, we have a great community surrounding us and helps us and so forth. But guess what? These problems right here still exist right now. Look at this. The Better Business Bureau Autism Speaks is an accredited charity according to the Better Business Bureau. LinkedIn, raving right up here. Charity Navigator, again, 4 stars, 100%. Everybody who's watching this right now needs to do something. Put something on Facebook, on Twitter, on something. Refer to this feed. Refer to my channel. Something to get the word out here. We've only got a couple of days now. So, this is, okay, so that's that. And, okay, I'm going to go back into Autism Speaks financials again. Financial statements, maybe. Okay, let's go to Quora. I'm just gonna go to Quora here. Okay, so how much money does Autism Speaks donate compared to what they spend on salaries, fundraising? Now this is Quora, so this is just random people answering this. Random people. So we really, these answers don't mean anything. But I'm going to take a quick look and see what is being said here. Research at research. And he cut and paste their mission statement, basically. I'm trying to see if they're... Autism Speaks is committed to transparency and provides detailed financial information on their website. Yeah, kind of. Sort of. I mean, you could say that-ish, maybe. Okay, it says they provide detailed financials. About us, maybe? Mm-hmm. I don't say anything about financials. I know you can find them, and they might be on here. Don't get me wrong, but it sure isn't easy to find. It's also like if you wanted help as an autistic person, trying to get help in here is almost impossible. Um, it's a very bad Google, like a '90s version. I remember in the '90s when they had search engines like this. It's really bad. All right, so let me see here. Okay, so I've been on here almost an hour. Gosh, it is so hot in here. It is so hot. Okay, I'm going to go quickly to YouTube because, and then we're going to go back and I'm going to go back and try to find some more financial stuff here. Um, I want to go to Autism Speaks. I want to make sure that they haven't produced anything.
We wanted help, but we just didn't know where to
Really
turn to get the help.
As a mom, I really felt like I needed an anchor. Autism Speaks was that anchor for me.
Autism Speaks has done a terrific job concerning opportunities for those that are on the autism spectrum.
I have never been in an environment that was so welcoming. Joanne just blossomed.
I needed knowledge, I needed resources. They provided that to really encourage us to keep going.
I have autism and I have been living my entire life without knowing. I'm a mother of 2 children. One of them, Charlie, is severely autistic. I wished I had gotten the diagnosis sooner just so I could have gotten more help. And the more we talk about it, the more people are going to be aware and we can be a part of it, the workforce, everything.
That's what drives me to do the things that I do because humanity simply can't wait.
Are you happy? Yep, I'm happy.
That's what drives me to do the things that
I had gotten the diagnosis sooner just so I could have gotten more help. My entire life.
Okay, that is I want to say Eileen Lamb. She is an executive at Autism Speaks. She, as I understand, her 2 sons, one of them at least was diagnosed, and Autism Speaks paid for that. And I understand she said, I don't know that this is true. I understand she said that they're paying for her son's schooling too. Now there is 4%, about 4% that goes directly to autistic families. Being that she is an autistic person, how much you want to bet that 4%, that money that got her kids diagnosed or got her son diagnosed, and that they're sending them to special schools with, or whatever the story is coming out of that 4%? Going back to an executive token here, their token autistic person. I think she's the only person that's autistic right now that works there, so I call her token.
Without knowing.
The token autistic person they got.
And a mother of...
By the way, talking about Eileen and token here, if you were to go to any, let's say Disneyland or whatever, any place in the country, and 200 people walked out of the building, at 1% of people being autistic, you are likely to have 2 people just randomly grabbing these people. 2 of those people out of that 200 are going to be autistic. At minimum. You might have 4 or 8 more, whatever. But at minimum, statistically, you're going to have 2 autistic people. Now, as I understand it, Autism Speaks has 216 employees. But they only have one, this lady, maybe 2, but one for sure, employee that is autistic. That is Elaine Lamb here. So that's why I'm calling her token. But this is what you got to understand here. This is what's crazy. In other words, Autism Speaks has less people in an organization called Autism Speaks than you would in a random sample of people. In a random sample of people, you would find more autistic people than what works at Autism Speaks. Is that not crazy?
A mother of 2 children. One of them, Charlie, is severely autistic. I wished I had gotten the diagnosis sooner just so I could have gotten more help.
Please, Elaine. You did not do that, please. Did you say severely autistic? I hope she didn't. Now, she is really not in touch. She is autistic, don't get me wrong, and I don't doubt it. But you can tell by her language and so forth that she is not really in touch with the autistic community. By the way she phrases things and says things, she doesn't say things like the autistic community would. So I'm not. I mean, she's an autistic person. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's an outsider in that respect, but in the respect of being part of the Autism Mom, ABA, Autism Speak community, yes, she is there, absolutely there, and as such, even though she is autistic with autistic kids, she is still very much, and even though she works with the Autism Speak, she's still very much out of touch with the autistic community. Although you can see glimmers of hope here and there on some of her videos.
Just so I could have gotten more help. And the more we talk about it, the more people are going to be aware and we can be a part of it, the workforce, everything.
That's what drives me to do the things that I do, because humanity simply can't wait.
Are you happy? Yep, I'm happy.
This is so ableist. Envision a world where all people with autism, with that disease, can reach their full potential. Because without Autism Speaks, we can't reach our full potential. And this is on white. Autism Speaks so loves their white backgrounds. Yeah, Autism Speaks. Let's see. We'll go right straight to Autism Speaks here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, this first page is one of the best pages they have. At least it's fairly dark, but most of them, it starts going downhill pretty quick. Advocate. Actually, they aren't too bad. But a lot of white space. I have designed. I designed a website one time, and it was from like Vistaprint, like a free version or something like that, or very little paid. They're like $10 a month or something. But nonetheless, all this you can change the color, just like this screen here for Google. Or this one here is dark for YouTube. You could choose what all this white space is on your own. You don't have to have all this white space. And so an organization called Autism Speaks has all this white space. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so I'm going to go back in and I am going to start trying to look at autism. I just put executive staff. I'm going to put financial. Kind of hoping that. Okay, no, it takes us to Autism Speaks. I'm trying to figure out what they got paid. Okay, this gives us an idea. This is from 2023. I kind of seen these. I want to find some ones that I have not seen. Okay. Look how this is even the way it's priced. Wow, 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 wow. Autism Speaks, the Princeton-based nonprofit, as if to suggest it is from Princeton University. Wow, you think this is not going to be biased? Wow, 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 wow. This must have been their PR thing or something, and he just basically copied and pasted. I have never seen. In fact, I haven't even seen Autism Speaks claim this. Dedicated to promoting solutions for and here we are, for those on the autism spectrum and their families, has named. Oh, see, and well, at least they mentioned autistic people-ish. It was people that on the autism spectrum. Okay, so this was not written This was not written by Autism Speaks, I can guarantee you. Because they would never say for those on the autism spectrum. Guarantee you they did not write this. Okay, yeah, okay, see? I can tell by the wording. They are so biased, I can tell by the wording whether they have had anything written about it or not, or whether they wrote it or not. This is getting bad. Okay, Keith Wargo. Okay, this Keith Wargo is the person who emailed me specifically directly. That's the CEO of Autism Speaks. Come on, we don't care. Me and our partner know about us. Leadership, here we go. Okay, Keith Wargo. This is the guy who told me that his son was autistic. And that emailed me about my son who committed suicide. This is him. And he asked me how we could help how Autism Speak could help the autistic community. And I was appalled by the fact that he asked me that. Actually, they have about 20 people, with the most of them being coming from a very white Western. Elaine Lamb comes from a very ableist perspective. You know she does. It's weird. She's late diagnosed for sure. Elaine Lamb, and she's not going to be in here for whatever reason. Okay, I don't know about this. Chief Science Officer. Chief Science Officer. Is this freaking Star Trek? Chief Science Officer? This is Star Trek. Senior Vice President. Okay, maybe I don't know who she is. Another person. All these people. None of these people are autistic. None of these people. Consultant of Constituent SVP of Constituent Engagement. What? I don't even know what this stuff. Chief Marketing Director. Okay, I thought that was what Elaine Lamb was. So maybe Elaine replaced her. They have different things. This guy's kind of scary looking. Stuart Spielman. What? Oh, wait, that sounds really familiar. Why does that sound so familiar? Isn't he like a... Who is this guy? Okay, I thought he was a doctor. Okay, he's got a doctorate degree, Wisconsin School of Law. He and his wife have two adult sons, one of whom is on the spectrum. Okay, so supposedly he's got one son, and I'm not gonna knock that. I don't know, Chief Operating Officer. So yeah, his qualification is as one of his sons, I guess, was autistic. Um, I don't know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's the leadership, and I do not see her listed here. Although she did put herself as the autism poster child here. She did put herself as the autism poster child. All right. I am gonna get off of here. I've been doing too many hours of this, and I've got another hour in here. So let's see. This is 31 hours and 40 minutes. Boy, if I was to study in here, I'd have this almost a third of the way through my 100 hours. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm just getting really tired for some reason. All right, you guys have a good one, and remember, we've got to do this ourselves.